guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing the MCDU setup of the fly-by-wire A320. Let's get into it. So once you get into the cockpit, you're going to want to go to your MCDU, which is this device over here. First thing you want to do is go to ATSU menu. You're going to want to go to AOC menu. You're going to want to go to Init Press. Then it will show init data request. You'll click that, and then this will go in for you. You'll press init, and then you'll have to fill this in. So your flight number is just, it doesn't really matter, just whatever you want it to be. So I'll just put my ATC call sign. Cost index is over here. It's right here. So it's 10. Your cruise flight level and the temperature. The temperature will go in automatically, but you have to put in the cruise altitude. So if you go back over here, it has it right here. So it's flight level 280. So you'll type in FL280, and then this will be calculated automatically. Now you're going to want to put in the winds, and it will also have a request there. I have to do every phase. So the cruise wind, the last one was the climb, and the descent wind. That's just so when your plane's on autopilot, it knows what the winds are. You go back to init. There's a second page, so you'll press the right arrow. So you have your 0 fuel weight. It will calculate that automatically for you. And you're going to need this number, the 30.0. You're going to need that for your trim, so just keep that in mind. Your block fuel is over here. You can get it from the ground services, actually. If you go to fuel, it'd be 6.0. But if you go to here, this page, it will show you block fuel right there. So the block fuel's right there. It's 5955, but that's pretty much 6,000. So you'll just put in 6.0. For example, if you had like 6,600, you do 6.6. And that's it for the init. The perf is good. You're going to need that for your takeoff. So this will calculate it on its own, but you have to put in the other information first. So your flaps, you're pretty much going to want to do 3 unless it's a short runway. The THS is your trim. So this, I'll put a picture on the screen right here that will show the chart. So if you go back to init, go to the second page, your ZFWCG, it says 30.0. So on the chart, if you see 30.0, it will tell you what your trim needs to be set to. And we'll set the trim in this video. So you'll do 3 and 30.0. 30.0 is 1.0 down to D. And you'll flex to temp. So I always leave mine at 50 because there's no real easy way to determine it. So it doesn't really matter. You could just put in 50. Your transition altitude depends what country you're in. So the US is 18,000. So if you want to find the transition altitude, you could probably just look it up and it'll show you. 18,000. And your V1, your rotate, and your takeoff speeds will calculate automatically. So 120, rotate is 121, and takeoff is 125. So your perf and your init is now set up. All the other options besides flight plan, we'll get to that next, aren't really that important if you just want to do a simple flight. So if you go to flight plan, it will put it in automatically if you downloaded the SimBrief flight plan, but if you didn't, you'll have to put it all in manually, which takes more time. But I already have mine in because I downloaded the SimBrief flight plan, so it's a lot easier. So if it ever says manual ever in the flight, you're going to want to get rid of that. The flight plan discontinuity is just like the plane will just get off autopilot there, and you don't want that to happen. So if they're there, you just want to clear it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to KFill27L. So that's pretty much where you're taking off from. So go there. So you're going to want to click on your departure, which is KPHL, your departure. And if you go down to what you're taking off from, it will also say it. Right down here. Well, it will also show it right down here. KFill27L. So you'll press 27L. Now your departure, it just on SimBrief it tells you, so I'm just going to insert it. And then it's right there. And if you zoom out a bit, and you want to look at this here, make sure it's in plan mode. Good. And so this is the plane right here. So you're always going to want to be looking at this when you're setting up your flight plan. So I like to have it in like this position so I can see both at the same time. If I just look at it from the other end. But I gotta remember to put that in. Just gotta remember to put that in plan mode and range set to like 40. Ground constraints. So if I go here, go up a bit, turn. This camera's hard to use. And you can see it right there. Or if you have a monitor, you can hold the Alt key and then click on that, and then it will pop up on your side. But I'm just going to leave it here just for the tutorial. So you're going to want to, I'm actually going to go down a bit. So clear the flight plan discontinuity. Then that connects, which is good. Now I'm just going to set my arrival now. So right here, K Charlotte 18L. Arrival. And then that will also say it on the SimBrief. So I'm coming in iOS 18L. So I'm going to press that. And then mine's the CHSLY 5 or 6. And I'll press that via the CAVI arrival. And then you're going to want to press insert. So now you're going to look right here and then just keep clicking the up arrow to go down. and just make sure there's no, the line doesn't stop, it just keeps going. So now that we're pretty much looking at the arrival, I'm gonna zoom in, set my range a little bit closer so I can see the constraints. So the constraints, it says you have to be under 22,000 but above 13,000 and below 250 knots. And then same thing for this one. Above 12,000, under 12,000 and above 12,000. And it helps you bring the plane down. So now we've come across a manual over here. So that's a breakage in the line. So you're going to want to remove the manual and then remove the flight plan discontinuity because now it's not connected. So you're going to press that. And then going to keep going. And then you're at your destination. Right there. And make sure it says 18L or whatever you're landing at. So that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications to get notified when I upload a new video. And as always, have a good day.